We still have tickets available to future home games. Simply go to our website or visit your nearest ticket booth to secure yours today. You can still be a part of the Hornets game day experience this season. Visit us online or at your nearest ticket booth for available tickets. Get your hands on a Honeybees t-shirt at our next giveaway day. Every fan in the arena gets one, so grab your tickets before they're gone. The National Basketball Association and the Charlotte Hornets are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violation of these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Get ready for the NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. This is Brian Anderson. Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast. A moment here to see the numbers for Ausar Thompson.
When you look at his true shooting percentage, it's really been impressive over the last 10 games. He's playing to his strengths, taking smart shots, and we'll see if he can keep this momentum going.
A look at the starting group for the Pistons. We've got Isaiah Stewart, Herb Jones out there with Kate Cunningham. Then it's Thompson, and it's Holland in at the force line. And for the Hornets, Ball and Miller at the 1 and the 2. Then it's Miles Bridges, and it's Diabate in at the center position. All right, Coach, what's your favorite thing about this point of the season?
Well, probably the games between top teams. You get a preview of what those playoff matchups might look like, and it's certainly a big draw for the fans.
Always eager to find a bucket. Ball drops into his shot immediately.
Outside Jones. From 13, Miller pulls it in. Ball outside. Pass to Z. There's a screen from deep. Drops in the 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Outside Jones. Inside. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Ausar Thompson. I I wish I still had hops like that.
Miller outside. Pass to Z. Beyond the arc. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
To the middle. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Well, this is why you run offense through Cunningham. He's a creator.
Z shot is good. And that's now 8 points here for Z.
Well, early in this game, they've made one good play after another.
Pass to Cunningham. Three-pointer. That one no good. Charlotte's gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I briefly spoke with Charles Lee. I asked him what his thoughts were on Cade Cunningham, and he said Cade is extremely talented. He's got great size. He plays under control. He's one of those guys that makes his teammates better. It's easy to see why he initiates so much of their offense. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And that one hits the back iron.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Bridges, a screen on Thompson. See the pass to Bridges. Miller outside. Gets the 3-ball to go.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Pass to Stewart. There's 1:47 left in the first quarter here. And here's Thompson for 3. And again, no good by Detroit. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 15-4 run. Here's Diabate. Here's Z. He's watched by Cunningham. Here's the pick. Driving inside. Soft touch off the glass.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
We've got 1:13 left in the first. Stewart, a screen on ball. Here's Cunningham. And again, no good by Detroit.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Bridges, a screen on Cunningham. Fires the 3. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. There's Ball with a 3. Detroit with a rebound. Last time they met in Detroit.
Today's game is about effort and energy. They got crushed on the glass the last time these teams played.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour, or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
Launches a 3. Sinks it from distance. 16 points here for Z.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second. Alex Caruso is out there with Paul Reed. Then it's Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Whitehead in at the shooting guard position.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Z. Pass to Knipple. Here's Z. Now James. The offensive rebound. Here's the 3. And Knipple gets a 3. Knipple's got 6 points.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
So for the Pistons, Holland, he's checked in for Reed. Jones comes in for Whitehead. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Brogdon. And it's Detroit with the ball. Pass to Holland. And here's Jones. And here's Cunningham outside. Gets the three to fall. Cunningham's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, a shooter like Cunningham has no reason to hesitate. He can just take the shot.
Hornets leading by 17. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Z in their last game against the Lakers was outstanding. He dropped 48 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of three. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
That's good stuff, Allie. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
It's stolen. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. The finish! And the big dunk at the end of the break.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Pass to Holland. Cunningham on the wing. And he lobs it up top. Throw it down on the lob.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Here's Z. He buries it from three. Z's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, and his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
Holland for three. The shot off that time. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 17-5 run. And there's 1:38 left in the second. Nails it from three. 30 points here for Z.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Cunningham, right side. That shot off.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
On the take. Z banked it in off the glass. Z's got 32 points in the game.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Outside Jones. From outside the arc, connects from downtown. Jones has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the three ball. Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Jones sets a screen. Here's Cunningham. And it's Z with a rebound. Charlotte has got it going from distance in the second quarter. 4 of 5 from deep, and he gets it to go. Z's got 38 points.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Now here's Cunningham. Defense is right there. Looking to get back on track. Can't get the layup.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with an almost surefire victory here, up 32 at the end of the quarter and dominating. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
I think it's funny watching these guys play defense. This is a circus, and they're getting clowned.
Giving up too many. And moving on, and that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And when you're trying to slow down a great scorer, there are those shots you just got to live with, Stan.
Well, look, BA, you can't take away everything, particularly from the great players. I think when you're game planning, what you have to decide is just that. What can you live with and what do you want to take away? And you try to just make those great players a little bit less efficient. You're not going to shut them down, but maybe you can make them a little bit less efficient.
Ball and Miller at the 1 and the 2. Then it's Miles Bridges, and it's Diabate in at the 5, down low. So that's who Charles Lee starts in the second half. Cunningham outside. They double-team Thompson. Pass to Holland. Shot clock at 6. There's Cunningham with a 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And Ball gets it to go.
Yeah, very hot start out of halftime, making their first 3 shots, getting the looks that they want, and knocking them down.
Cunningham passes to Stewart. Pass to Thompson. Knocked loose. On the wing, Thompson. Stewart, a screen on Bridges. Here's Thompson. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Z's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive. Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Basket counts.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy, and every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Back to Cunningham. That shot is off. Good D by Ball.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. LaMelo Ball is a playmaker, first and foremost. He said, I just start off the game trying to get my team involved, get the flow going. After the team's going, I try to get mine. If you get the team involved first, more pieces going, it just makes the game easier. Guys?
A great passer. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
Bridges finds Ball. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. Here's Miller. And it's Charlotte with another.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
And it's Thompson that time on the assist from Holland. Thompson's got 10 points in the game.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area. And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Thompson passes to Cunningham. And he's going for the lob. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And meeting those expectations. I mean, this is what we all wanted to see from Thompson on offense.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Ball. Now here's Bridges. Here's Z. Drills it from deep. Z's got 46.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
To the paint. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Well, when he's on, we can really see the talent that made Thompson a top 5 pick.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Miller. Here's Ball. Here's Z. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. Hits the three-pointer.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where is the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And so it's the... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass.
Getting ready for the Pistons. Stewart, he's checked in for Nurkic. Holland comes in for Reed. Thompson, he's checked in for Caruso. And Herbert Jones is subbed in for Whitehead. There's 37 seconds left in the game. The shot by Z, no good.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Thompson right side. Here's Holland. Green covering. Cunningham on the wing. Off target from outside. Here's Z. Green. A screen. Z sinks the tray.
Well, with the way he's scoring right now, they're just going to keep feeding.
And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hills.
What's up, bro?
Tell coach to go for 15 minutes and scrimmage at those construction areas. Thanks very much. We need to change this week.
My daughter was asking me to make smoothies last night.
Welcome and good evening. We welcome you. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Nikola Vucevic.
I'm really not too surprised to see the rebounding numbers trail off a bit. He's a veteran player getting up there in years, and what comes with that is some changes to physicality and intentional adjustments to playing style. Even though his rebounding output has declined, that veteran presence and basketball IQ continue to grow.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Z out there at Bridges, and it's Diabate in at the 5 down low. And for the Hawks, the small and power forwards are Reza Shea and Johnson. And it's Vucevic. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Smalls in at the point guard. We're again, this is a fun time of year, mid-season basketball. From award races to juggling playoff pictures, it's terrific.
Yeah, you really get to see things taking shape. I like watching teams rise up and make the unexpected run. Makes the league so much more interesting. Yeah, if you give Reza Shea a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Hornets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bridges outside. Miller surveying the floor. Ball with it. Last game we saw him score 13. Good on the three-point shot. Ball's got 5 now.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's against Miller. Vucevic setting the pick for Johnson. Pass to Reza Shea. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. No good there. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Bridges kicks the ball. Here's Z. In the game against Detroit, very impressive.
What a great start. They've only missed 1 thus far.
A slow start for Atlanta in this one. 4-point game. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Alexander Walker passes to Vucevic. Inside. Here's Reza Shea. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, Reza Shea has decent size, and he uses it well that time to put points on the board.
And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Z in their last game against the Pistons had a huge game. He picked up 49 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Allie, we appreciate the update. Great, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long. Well, I'm not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
The Hawks trail by 6. 1:31 left in the first quarter. Now, Alexander Walker. He has yet to score. Vucevic finds Reza Shea. And it's off from three-point range. Charlotte leading by 6. Here's Bridges. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
Nothing more important than protecting the rim, folks, and that's exactly what they get.
Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Z. Well, it was the Hawks winning their last game against Toronto.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
So it's the Hawks now, following the miss by LaMelo Ball from deep. Here's Smalls. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. That one drops for him. Z's got 6 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Riza-Shea. Score of the basket is third after 5 shots.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. They're scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Hornets lead by 5. 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hornets.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Shepherd out there with Kispert. Then there's Newell. Then it's Okongwu. And it's Daniels in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Pass to Okongwu. Down low. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, terrific work in the 2-man game. Results in an easy bucket. That's how you do it.
Here's Ali. And that one is stuffed right through.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Hornets leading by 7. Takes it off the glass. Z's got 12 points in the game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And the Hawks making a change here. Pass to Alexander Walker. Daniels kicks to Johnson. There's a screen. Small. The Hawks again can't hit. For Charlotte, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the 7th. Here's Ali. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Kicks it out to James. Pass to Z. Lets it go from deep. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Another reason why they're up. Just taking what the defense giving him here.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Working on James. Here's Daniels. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Daniels has got his first points of the night.
Oh, check out the handle. They're nasty. Spin move. Had his man grabbing for air.
That'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Hornets ahead, up by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league gotten a little too creative? And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Hornets.
I like their follow-through on the offense.
Thank you for being with us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. What a game we're seeing from Z.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, this guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
Checking out the group for Charles Lee to start the second half. Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Miles Bridges is out there with Z, and it's Diabate in at the center position. And with the trend great toward a faster pitch, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
LaMelo Ball said, I see your triple and I raise you one of my own.
Lets it go with the three. Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut back down now to 4 on the bucket from Small. Here's Ali. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And they continue to control the glass. Oh, easy money for Miller. He just generates offense.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves. And the numbers back up what the eyes see. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
Z, good.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Johnson, good.
Man, you can see Johnson was waiting for his own chance there at a 3.
Ball from long range. The offensive rebound. Here's Ali, and he lays it straight in. Z's got 24 points.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, we know how hard this guy works and how skilled he is at it.
Pass to Vucevic. Rizaje up top. He's got 12. Count it.
And Rizaje is having himself a game. Everything is coming together for the young fella.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Newell, he's checked in for the Hawks. Pass to James. Here's Z. Now Knipple. It's good from long range. Knipple's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
The Hawks trail by 11. To the inside. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
This guy's so polished inside. Nikola Vucevic, great at being assertive and earning these fouls.
Second free throw, no good. Charlotte's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Here's Ali. Drills it from outside. Z's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Hornets.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Vucevic. It's blocked. Here's Z. He's got 27. To the paint. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Hornets lead by 15.
Man, you lay that pass out there just like a great quarterback. Let your teammate run to it.
Pass to Newell. And here's Vucevic. To the middle. Newell, good. Newell's got his first 2 points of the night.
Doesn't get much easier than that. That is nice work.
Z, good.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Riza with it. He's got 14. Not enough on that one as it misses.
This guy does not love to operate in the mid-range, and it showed right there.
And so it's Charlotte. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point.
Rangers here for the Hornets. Diabate's checked in, and C subbed in for Miller. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Charlotte. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the plan with the team. He asked his team to take in the moment, saying, this is what it's all about, guys. This is why we work so hard and why we love this game. Embrace it. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Alexander Walker in at shooting guard and Riza Shea at the small forward. Johnson is out there with Vucevic, and it's Smalls in at the point. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
At the wing position, Riza Shea has pretty much everything.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult...
The previous play is under review.
Action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
Something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. Boy, he'd sure like to have that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line. I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Pick by Vucevic. Shoots the three. Can't get it to go. Hornets leading by 15. Outside, Sexton. Hey, Doris, for a GM trying to build a championship-level roster, what's one thing that can really help?
I think the way the salary cap is constructed, maybe the single most important thing you can do as a GM is draft well. You have to be able to find players who can contribute right away. And talent evaluation is not an exact science. The ones who do it well and don't miss on those big-time picks, that is a huge deal.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hornets.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Z.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was